Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to WhatsMap, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Well, we got a bit of a blessing of a map today. Those of you that want to do a big city build but you're having trouble finding an interesting one that has all the things that you require, such as a lot of flat build space, some interesting mountains for backdrop, interesting waterscapes, good water flow, all of those things this map has in droves. It also has some quirky design features that will put maybe some of you off, although the bulldozer tool is absolutely free. Will I be marking this map down for being quirky? Well, possibly a little bit, but all credit for the creator, because quirky equals character and maps really do need to have some character as well. Well, it's not just maps that need to have character, you should have character too, and the best way of showing that you have character is... That's right, showing that you've got character is a really good way of supporting the channel, getting me seen by more people and helping me grow a little bit more every single day. So thank you for being full of character. Today's map is Boosa Bay Vanilla by Condugs. Yes, all of the things I mentioned before, and it's a vanilla map. Knockout, huh? There's your start square, a highway, water, trees, river, intersection. Yep, tick, 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 tick. That is your terrain heights. Look, that looks amazing, doesn't it? I love the underwater texturing as well. It's good work. The resources, again, can't moan about that. Can't moan about that at all. You're going to struggle to get to the ore, but it is there. And then off to the workshop. What do you need? Well, it's a 100% vanilla map. We will be using the realistic 1.5.5 temperate theme and the satellite LUT, although of course you can play this without any themes or LUTs. Highly recommend that you do grab one though. Okay, let's head down to ground level and have a look at the roads. The standards of the highways is generally pretty damned nice. It's just solid. It's a solid map. In fact, it's as solid as the mountains look solid as well. Rock solid. There are very few things to moan about. One of the, in fact, possibly the only real detailing error will occur very, very early on, and I don't think it's going to put anybody off at all, because it is a one-off from all I can tell. We'll head down to the start intersection, not the start square, but the first one we're going to come across. This is a fairly major one, and it'll handle a fairly major amount of traffic. However, it will also need weeding, because we have one tree, just the one tree, that has managed to find its way onto the highway. So there we go. That's it. So what do you think of this map? Is it a one-star map? No, we won't skip to the end just yet. There's still plenty to see. I did promise you some quirky design choices, and yes, they are, but they're not all over the place. It's kind of like two different things in two separate locations. And like I say, the bulldozer tool is absolutely free if you don't like them. Highways. One thing about the highways that I like is the way that they hug pretty close to the mountains here. They're not cutting through the middle of the flat build plane, which is giving you so much room to build into without having to worry about the highway. That's an extra clever design choice again there as well. Now this is your start square intersection. It is minus any trees in the roads, which is all a positive thing as well. Will come down. If anything, there's a pillar in the center of the highway there, but there's not one on the opposite side. Now, both look equally good. I'm a big fan of symmetry. I'd like it to be a pillar on either side or no pillars on either side. Either way or neither way, but not both ways. Does that make sense? Possibly. I doubt it. Next is the asset of the day. In fact, we got two today because I felt we could squeeze two in as they were both in the top 20. They are the garden tree, which is that big thing in the middle there. See there? 4 of them. And the pink azalea low poly, which are the flowers along the bottom. I've used the prop line tree for the flowers. They're not actually a hedgerow. They just look like a hedgerow because of the way that I've drawn them out. And factoids because factoids. The English poet William Blake was born today in 1757, that's November the 28th, in case you're watching in the future. He was a visionary and claimed to have lengthy talks with famous people from history, including many of the prophets. In fact, his long-suffering wife used to complain she rarely saw him, since he was often in heaven. Yes. Oh, it's a good place to be. Oh, alcohol. What a saviour. A garden tree and pink azalea low poly by Smilies. And that is today's assets. Those are today's assets of the day even. Right, back down to the highways, and we'll start cruising across a little bit faster because there's not too much to see. You've got perfect bridges here. Nothing really to stop and look at here. It's absolutely pristine. Lovely, lovely, lovely work there. Good work. Hills on the mountains. I don't mind them. There's a few too many on steep cliff faces for my liking. But it's not the worst in the world. You can see effort has been made to stick to tiering with the trees there. Not too bad on various parts of the mountains. There are just a few very steep cliff edges that I'm not completely sold on. Nice intersection deep in the fog, and as we're in the fog, shall we switch across to the rail? I think we'll switch across to the rail. Although we are sort of following the highway here as well, but rail and highway for the next few moments. Now here's one of those quirky features I was speaking about. We have got already placed, you've got the windmill there, you've got the water pumping, water sewage, there you go, pumping out to the edge of the map. And why have we got all of this? Because we've gone for the toll booths. And yeah, generating new income before you get started, that's a nice thing, isn't it? That's a very nice thing. Toll booths, I haven't yet to use these in anger because I don't get a chance to really play the game in anger. But yes, really want to have a go with those. And then we have the rail, which then elevates up. We'll look at the rail, how it gets up here in a minute. But we have a triple tier bridge. Yep, triple tier. Do I approve? I don't disapprove. But it is quirky looking. It is odd looking, but it works. So shush now. Now the rail comes down at a fairly steep angle, but given this is Cities Skylines, I don't think anybody's going to mind. We're going to bear left because there's something interesting. We'll have a look down the right in a minute, but there's something interesting down this way to see. Just want to show you this catenary portal here. The actual upright is not actually between the lines, so that is perfectly fine by me as well. And though we are missing a catenary portal, that's it. We're missing one there as well. So I think I'll just stick to the word posts, catenary posts. It's easier for me to say. Then we have this tunnel that goes into a mountain. And if we have a little pull up and have a look at this mountain and see where the tunnel comes out, it comes out over there. But would they have blown a great big hole through that mountain for a tunnel when they could have easily built around it? The answer is no, but it does give the creator a chance to showcase some of their tunnel building skills, which to be fair are fine, absolutely fine. So I've got no grumbles. It's just a quirky choice. I promised you some quirky choices. We have got quirky choices. One more quirky choice to come, and it's about routing rather than a specific structure. And it's a rail route. So what we'll do is we're going to follow this off towards the fog. And when we get to the fog, we'll just follow an alternative route that the line has got for us. And you'll see what I mean. Again, bulldozer tool is absolutely free. But it does show, and it does get to show off conduct skills here with the rail. There we go. We're going to bear off right. Where do you think we're going with this? Okay. Well, first of all, the route, it's steady. It's smooth. We've got tunnels, which are nice, like hidden elevation there, but I let them go if they're not too steep. That's all right. And then a little nip around the edge of the mountain here, and along the edge of the coast. It's all very sweet, isn't it? And then we've got a little elevated section like that comes back down to ground smoothly there. It's all very good. But where are we going? Well, we're now back down to almost sea level. You can't get much closer to the sea level than this. Hopefully there's no shipping route through there, but we'll be checking that out shortly. And then it takes us back to the triple layer bridge. This is where we were earlier. And it just seems like a really odd route, considering we've got a perfectly good route next to it.
Are your soggy little Sims constantly getting even more soggy? Are you continuously drowning your trees and soaking your city? Then you need BonBonB's flood management tutorial. Click the information button now.
And so back to Boosa Bay Vanilla by Condug. So we're going to follow the shipping route. And the shipping route enables shipping traffic to go all the way across the map in one swoop. This is the route. Back on ourselves here. We're going to bear right here. And then this will head over this way. And then through the bridge. Which way should we go? We'll go this way. Yep, that's it. This way, and a little loop around there. And a little loop around here. And back around. This is taking. It's nice. It goes everywhere. It covers every possible location that you're going to want to have a harbour, which is a plus. But then it'll go back out the way we came, and off to the edge of the map. I think that bridge is high enough, without question. There we are, edge of the map. So you can see you're going to have shipping unnecessarily running the entire length of the map through every single nook and cranny. Not so much of a fan of that. Some dead-end tracks for the ships to follow into the bays I feel would be a little bit better. Water flow, no problem with water flow. Realism, less so. But what we do have is strong water flow down here, which is goes down this route here. Oh, now we're coming upstream. But yes, our start square is in this kind of area. There's a drain there that's going to suck all your poop away. It kind of works. Yeah, your start square is just off to the right. All good. Loving the layout and design. And look at the shapes of the mountains, the way they all tear in towards the bay. They're all pointing in where it wants you to build. Huge build plane in the middle. Interesting island in the middle as well. It's all good. Lots of water flow going on there. Lots of flat build plane. And the highway running around the outside. The mountains look pretty solid. Like I say, we have some tiering on the mountain as well, which isn't too bad at all. A lot of trees, a hell of a lot of trees. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. They bring the map to life. Oh, it's a castle. We haven't had a look at the castle yet. Do you know what? I see an interesting design with this. First of all, having a little look at just make sure the detailing's okay. The detailing is okay. But one thing that we very seldom see is somebody put the main castle, the vanilla castle, inside the cemetery. Look at that, how it's actually inside the cemetery there. And it kind of works. I think we'll be seeing more of that from other creators as we come, because that cemetery is a horrible asset. And it's just used really well there. Quite like that. Location, yeah, good defendable location on the hill. The hill doesn't make any sense to me in that location, but it's a good location. Maybe on this little island here might have been a better location, but never mind. This island, lots of buildable space on this island as well. Nice, interesting cove as well. If you want to do like a casino strip, that might be where you have that. Somewhere around here, I think we saw a, yes, ooh, it's an essential lighthouse. Ah, isn't it lovely? In blue, in the fog. That's fine. It's fine. Not going to hover on that one. And, yeah, I think we're kind of done. Oh, we haven't looked at the rivers. Sorry. Look at the rivers. Let's have a look at, go up into the fog and just have a little look, see what we've got. It looks all right. The theme works really well with waterfalls on this, the realistic 1.5.5 temperate. I'm not talking the most realistic rivers of all, but they are fine for a background showpiece there. Another one over here. Let's have a look at this one. Let's go upstream with this one. And a little bit of muddy area there. And then it just follows up this way. Up between the mountains. Breaking the bank a little bit there. And then that goes into a lake, and the lake fed from above as well. That's okay. Yeah, just a little bit of breaking there. So maybe a little bit of extra work here where the terrain would be washed to accommodate the water a little bit better, I feel. So anyway, what do you think of this map? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the best maps of the month? Well, only you can decide that one. What do I think? Do you know what? I'm going to put my hat in the ring, my coat on the floor, I know, my shoes on my head, something, and I'm going to predict that this will be in that top 10. I'm going to do it. Okay, so aesthetically, it is not aesthetically the most beautiful map out there, but the overall design, which falls into the aesthetics, I love. I think this really does fit. So I'm gonna smudge it up from a high 3 to a low 4 stars for this one. That is on overall design rather than just local design. Detailing is okay. It's okay. There are very few things that need fixing, but nothing that really stands out. So I'm going to give it a high 3 for detail. Gameplay potential, very close to giving it 5 stars, except for I feel that it just needs to be less quirky, and that would just encourage everybody to want to play it. So a slightly less quirky map would have got a 5th star for gameplay. I'm going very high 4 stars for gameplay potential. Very tempted to go seal of approval, but it's just a little bit too offbeat, I feel. Anyway, Boosa Bay Vanilla by Condugs. I like this one, and I feel that you all need to tell me off in the comments that I should have gone seal of approval for that one. I was so close. Genuinely, I was on the edge on that one. I didn't know. Anyway, thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing, for joining me for another map in the What's Map series. Well, I've got a few more till Christmas, so get in there. If you've got a map that needs reviewing, get in there now, get it released, and I'll get it reviewed before Christmas if I can. Right, that's it. Thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing, and I've done all that, and I'll see you very, very soon.